Most people think investing success comes from being smart, knowing more, reading more, picking better stocks. But that's not what actually separates people who build wealth from people who stay frustrated for years. The real difference is behavior, because investing mistakes don't feel reckless. They feel reasonable, careful, even responsible. And that's why so many people repeat them for years without realizing they're sabotaging themselves. My name is Mike, and I spend way too much time thinking about personal finance and investing, and why people who genuinely try to do the right thing still feel stuck. If you want simple, realistic explanations about money, without hype, shortcuts, or complicated jargon, make sure to subscribe to the channel. This video is going to cover the 7 most common beginner investing mistakes, why people make them, and how to avoid each one so you don't waste years learning the hard way. Mistake number 1 is waiting for the perfect time to invest. This mistake sounds smart on the surface. People tell themselves they're being cautious. They say things like, "I'll invest when the market crashes." "I just want a better entry." "I don't want to buy at the top." And here's the dangerous part. This doesn't feel like procrastination. It feels like discipline. But markets don't reward waiting. They reward participation. The reality is that markets are usually either going up already down or recovering faster than people expect. By the time things feel safe, prices are already higher. This is how people stay on the sidelines for years, not because they're lazy, but because they're waiting for clarity that never comes. And while they wait, time passes. Compounding doesn't happen. And inflation quietly eats away purchasing power. The fix isn't timing, it's consistency. Investing small amounts regularly removes the pressure to be right. You don't need perfect timing when you have enough time. Mistake number 2 is investing without a safety buffer. This is one of the most stressful mistakes beginners make. People hear about investing and jump in immediately, even though they're still living paycheck to paycheck. So what happens? A car breaks down, a medical bill shows up, work becomes unstable, and suddenly investments aren't long-term anymore. They're emergency money. That's when people sell at the worst possible moment. Not because it's smart, but because they have no choice. This creates a painful loop. Invest, get hit by life, sell, restart. And psychologically, this feels like failure. But it's not failure. It's a structural problem. The solution is boring but powerful. Build a small buffer first, not 6 months of luxury. Just enough cash so you can survive surprises without touching investments. Investments only work long-term when you're not forced to use them short-term. Mistake number 3 is checking your portfolio too often. This mistake quietly destroys good decisions. When you check your investments every day, you experience every fluctuation emotionally. A normal 1% drop feels like danger. A small gain feels exciting. Your brain starts looking for meaning in noise. That leads to overthinking strategy, switching emotional buying and selling. And the irony is that nothing fundamental has changed. Markets move constantly. But when you watch every move, you start reacting instead of investing. The solution is distance. Set rules, monthly check-ins, quarterly reviews. Good investing often feels boring. If you're entertained by your portfolio, you're probably too involved. Mistake number 4 is chasing hot stocks and trends. This mistake is driven by excitement. Beginners see headlines, friends talking, social media hype, and they think, everyone is making money on this, I don't want to miss out. But here's what usually happens. The hype attracts late buyers. Volatility increases early money exits. So beginners buy high and panic when prices move. The same pattern repeats: excitement, regret, hesitation. The fix isn't intelligence, it's structure. Diversification works because it removes emotion. It doesn't rely on being early or lucky. Boring strategies feel slow, but they work consistently. Mistake number 5 is ignoring fees and costs. This is one of the most expensive mistakes because it's invisible. A 1% fee doesn't hurt today. You don't feel it tomorrow. But over decades, it quietly compounds against you. Two investors with the same returns can end up in completely different places just because of fees. And the worst part, fees are guaranteed losses. Markets are uncertain, returns vary, but fees always get paid. The fix is awareness. You can't control markets, but you can control costs. Lower fees mean more of your money stays invested and compounds for you. Mistake number 6 is being too conservative for too long. This mistake feels safe. People stay in cash because they're afraid of losing money. But cash slowly loses value to inflation. It doesn't feel dramatic, but it's constant. So while balances stay the same, purchasing power shrinks. Doing nothing feels comfortable, but comfort has a cost. The solution isn't aggression, it's participation. Start small. Accept manageable risk. Let time work. The biggest long-term risk is never getting started. Mistake number 7 is panic selling after small market drops. This mistake locks in losses. Markets drop. Red numbers appear. Fear kicks in. So beginners sell to protect themselves. But markets recover, and panic sellers aren't invested when they do, so they miss rebounds, lose confidence, and hesitate to re-enter. The fix is expectation. Volatility is normal. It's the price of long-term returns. If drops shock you, your strategy isn't realistic yet. These mistakes aren't about intelligence, they're about behavior. Fix the behavior, and investing becomes dramatically simpler. If this video helped you see investing more clearly, subscribe for more simple, realistic explanations about money. And check out the next video in the playlist. It builds directly on this one.